For the tailstock clamp, we have a new sketch feature that is a slot. You have the option to construct a slot. It is a sketch tool. The distance from center to center on one of the arcs are your first two inputs, and then you radiate out to create the width or the radius of the slot. Being that this part is symmetrical on the top, you could mirror this from one side to the other. Another feature that we're going to look at is using our fillet tool to round off this large 1 1/8 radius. Trying to sketch this in, you have no idea where this point starts. By using the fillet tool, it will keep the overall length of being 5 and round this off to being tangent at 1 1/8 just by using your fillet tool. We do have rounds, which we will use our fillet tool around these two edges. Most of this part is machined. The bottom has no fillets. The slot, this groove through here. Fractional input for whole numbers. The space between the fraction. So let's take a look at it. This part is in inches. And we're going to start sketching here in the front plane. This part is symmetrical. Not that dimensioning this rectangle here in the corner would be the most difficult thing, but it will save you a step. We have an overall length of 5. We have an overall height of 1 1/2. Seven sixteenths and a height of 1/2 inch. We can mirror this feature. I want to mirror these two lines to the other side. And we are looking to push-pull to extrude a body that is 2 1/4 inches wide. Cutting the groove or cutting the slots next really wouldn't matter. But adding your fillet, this would be a good time to round off this 1 1/8 on this end. This keeps this distance from this end to this end as being 5. Cut the groove in here first, a rectangle, and we will then cut this 7/16 deep. It is 7/16 from each side. Seven sixteenths and 7/16, and it is cut 7/16 down. Negative input minus 7/16. I have a flat face to sketch my slots. To find your slot tool, I'm in my sketch toolbar under Create. I will find a slot. You're going to use this in the next part as well. I would probably pin your center to center slot. And we're just sketching this out. One center, the other center, and then radiate out. This is centered within the part. So that would be 1 1/8. The distance from center to center is 3/4. And the width of the slot from each flat surface is 1/2 inch. The next thing we need to find is the distance from the end. Since sketching this on the top, this dimension is not directly given in the top view. We have this cut underneath of 7/16, then we're given a measurement of 9/16. 7/16 plus 9/16 is 1 inch. You want a distance from the right or left side of 1 inch. You could set this up actually very easily, where you can mirror this to the other side. horizontal alignment. Make sure it stays centered. The width on the slot is 1/2 inch. The distance from center to center is 3/4, and the distance from the edge is 1. These both get cut all the way through. Casting rounds, even though you're using your fillet tool, are 1/8 inch. Material is cast iron. And it now needs to be machined. We have quite a few here on this one. Inside of each of the slots as well. As well as all the surfaces on the bottom. All get machined. Okay. There it is. The slot tool is not the most difficult sketch tool to use. If you are checking this in terms of mass, you should have an overall mass of 45.6139 ounces.